Hello, everyone. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming out. Welcome to EUGE Chuckles at the Armory. We do this comedy show once a month. I am Eugene Kenny. I am the EUGE part of the EUGE Chuckles. My partner, Chuck Roy, is the Chuckles part of EUGE Chuckles, who will be coming up and doing some time. Thank you. Thank you. Big hand for Chuck Roy. Hello, everyone online who is watching us online. By the way, if you have a friend somewhere in the country that you think would enjoy a comedy show right now, go ahead and hit them up and say that you can see the same comedy show online right now at EUGEShow.com. That's EUGESHOW.com. EUGEShow.com, and they can see the same show you were about to see. There you go. So, anyway, welcome to the show. Tell you about my week. One part of my week, I had a striking example of how men and women have different thought patterns and speak differently. Here's the example that I got. We just moved into a new house, and my wife says to me that she says, you have to hold down the toilet handle to flush the toilet. So you have to hold down the toilet handle to flush the toilet. And so I heard, when you go to the toilet, hold down the toilet handle to flush the toilet. But what she actually said was, fix that. You see how I missed the whole point of what she said? So there you go. Anyway, so that's the way, men and women are different. I'm going to go ahead and bring up my partner, Chuck Roy, who runs the show. I run the equipment in the back. Going to be live streaming online. Right there, ladies and gentlemen, give a big hand for my partner, the bear, Chuck Roy. Chuck Roy.
That's Eugene Kenny right there. You know what his wife said was promote the show. And what he didn't hear was fix that. Hello, little audience that could. It's good to see you. I wrote paperboy jokes for today, so don't worry. I'm going to be able to throw these long and land them square on your porch, and if possible, for tips. That one you didn't like. Nobody likes collecting day out of the paperboy. Everybody likes, Tuesday when it's the free paper, the little thin one. All right. Well, that's my week was pretty good. I don't know if your week was pretty good. I just heard that Donald Trump is up again, leading in the polls. This is a fresh one. I wrote Donald Trump jokes, and then my friend walks in and goes, you know what he said today? He said he'd probably fuck his daughter. Let me preface, if you don't know me, as I'm a gay Republican. That's a hard team to be on. You know how much fucking harder my team got to be on today? Like, Trump is leading our squad. My squad really hates fags. Then now captain of the squad is, hey, I'd fuck my daughter. All in the week the Confederate flag came down. You know what I mean? Like, we're still gonna hang on to some ideals. Trump is in trouble for, he had illegal immigrants working at his building. Polish illegal immigrants. How dumb are those guys? They don't even know to let Mexicans do that. So are you saying too soon for Polish jokes? That's tough, because that's what I have a lot of Polish jokes about Trump workers. How do you know your illegal immigrant hotel worker is from Poland? He shows up for the drug test with a number 2 pencil. Come on, people, I've had one day with this news. How do you know your maid is an illegal Polish immigrant worker? She vacuums your bathtub. Okay, those jokes are dumber than an illegal Polish. All right, I'm done with that topic. I get it. I'm gonna dig myself out of this. I grew up in a gully. I knew how to get it. That was our backyard. We had a little brook and a little gully. I was taken back to that day. I've had good conversation with my dad. We were reminiscing. I was telling him how I thought nobody was going to show up for tonight's show. And he's like, you dig in, little trooper. It's like when you were a kid and you were playing guns. or I was good at guns. That's when I thought I'd be a soldier. I thought I'd grow up and win World War II. I had a lot of dreams that are unrealistic. This is one of them. We finally succeeded in having more equipment than audience. Is anybody? I just wanted to let you know. I would say that. My dad said, you know, now that gay marriage is legal, it's time you start thinking about it. Which I didn't have time for that one, you know. He's like, you're not getting any younger. And I said, neither are my boyfriends. That's when I had to explain to him what twinks are. He asked me how my day job's going. Yeah, relax, don't worry, I won't quit this. I got a day job, I won't quit that either. It's starting to yield material. I took the first job I could. I was making flyers and I applied at one of those office superstores. You know the one, two of them merged together and they got a new one, it's called Office Schmucks. That's where I work. I've learned this, I'd have rather served in the Army than served the general public. I don't think I like the general public. I've definitely learned this in my first day at work. Like, when people say, I just need, I know that the rest of that sentence is never gonna be like, to learn how to say please and thank you. Right? It's never gonna be like, I just need to suck your dick. That happens at this job if you do it right. And I have goals. That's what I'm gonna have to learn how to do at Office Schmucks. I'm gonna have to do that job so good I get a blowjob from it. I set achievable goals, man. I told you I played guns. I hope that wasn't controversial. We never fought in Vietnam. That's a war. We tried to play games and fight in Vietnam. I couldn't. It's weird. When I yell Charlie, it's disturbing. My name when I was a kid was Charlie, everybody. I'm a Chuck. We preferred to fight the Germans. That's more noble. Plus, at the top of the gully was the Ardennes forest. The World War II jokes are hard. I really wanted that one to work. I think Grandma would have liked that one. That's where I learned how to throw grenades. I'd watch World War II movies, and that's how I tried to throw newspapers. I think that's how my dad figured I was gay. He'd drive home early from work and see us delivering the papers. And, you know, I thought I was throwing a grenade, and turns out I was just delivering the news. I got a pretty good limp-wristed toss. That's how I land them right on the porch. All right, I thought the paperboy joke would work, everybody. I got to tell you, that's what I thought I was going to close this set on. I don't think looking at the notes is going to help. I mean, you're a beautiful crowd. I think maybe I failed you tonight. I did the Office Schmucks jokes, and you were great at laughing at those. Okay. I think, all right, I did write one more closer. You seem thrilled. Appreciate that part. My dad was the assistant coach for my baseball team. Thank you. I don't know if you're laughing at the idea of me playing baseball, but pretty certain after he saw me deliver newspapers is when I stopped playing catcher. I'm not saying I was good at catcher. I was terrible at catcher, you know. Yeah, I'm glad I looked at the notes. I was gonna forget these. That's a keeper, you know. Playing catcher, I looked like Winnie the Pooh just stuck in a honey jar. Just going nowhere. And I know my dad probably just leaned over to the coach going, you know, I know my son's a bit of a catcher, but I don't think he's that kind of a catcher. And I bet you the coach was like, you think he's a pitcher? And my dad's like, you ever seen him throw a newspaper on your porch? All right, see, it'll work one day. You know, one day we're gonna have a crowd and jokes that work. That's the agenda I'm fucking setting for this show. Next year's anniversary. You guys are invited. All right, if you've never been to this show, this is the way it works, is we introduce you to a bunch of fun stand-up comedians who get to come up here and make you laugh, and you have a terrific laugh, so I appreciate you sharing it with them. This next guy is, I think, sometimes angrier than me. Which, you know, I figure, you seem like a group that likes to sit at a bar and drink. Why not have an angry guy yell at you? It's a lot like being in Cap Hill. Right? All right. I enjoy his comedy. I'm sure you're going to enjoy his comedy too. Would you please give him a nice round of applause and your attention? Here comes Leif Cedar, everybody. Leif Cedar. Oh, that's a nice round of applause. That's very righteous. Here they are, Leif.
Give it up for Chuck and EUGE, everybody. Eugene. Give it up for Chuck right there and Eugene, please. Hello. Let me tell you about myself. I'm in a racially mixed marriage. My wife is Chinese and I'm passive aggressive. My version of road rage is making her drive. Here's how that works. Whenever I feel that road rage building up, we pull up to a stoplight, get out of the car, run around it a couple times, and she gets in the driver's seat. For most people, it's the first time they've seen an actual Chinese person do a Chinese fire drill. Went to the mall. I took my wife to the Build-A-Bear workshop. You know, where you make a stuffed animal? She looks at me like I'm crazy. Like, why would anyone want to do factory work on their day off? I thought Christmas was going to suck, man, because the economy sucks, and we decided we were going to save money and make homemade gifts. She's Chinese. She made me an iPad. Pair of Nikes and a fake Rolex. I made her a fake gift card to the Build-A-Bear workshop. It's crazy, man. She doesn't get her holidays, you know. Like on Valentine's Day, I tried to explain to her that St. Valentine was a martyr that got beheaded. She's all confused. What's that have to do with giving chocolate and giving roses? I don't know. But I think it has something to do with giving head. Giving head. I did my part, so suck me a long time. Holy crap. Here's an ancient Chinese secret. Chinese pussy is sweet and sour. Oh my God, yeah. We were talking about this immigration thing because I'm from Arizona originally. That's why I'm all screwed up. You know, I grew up in Arizona next door to the sun with all these racist assholes. Oh my God, we were talking about that immigration thing, man. I told my wife that some people want to build a wall on the border. She's like, oh, actually, a good idea. In China, we built a great wall. And no Mexican in China. That's a valid point. It's totally insane, but it's valid. I'm helping my wife study for her citizenship test. One of the questions is, who elects the President of the United States? She said Florida. That's a good answer. I would have gotten that one wrong. We don't have kids. People are always asking us, like, why don't you guys adopt a Chinese baby? And wife's like, I don't want a Chinese baby. I want a rich, blonde, white kid. You want a rich, blonde, white kid? That's not adoption. That's kidnapping. That's an Amber Alert. They only have Amber Alerts for rich, blonde, white kids. That's why they call them Amber Alerts. They don't have a Keisha Alerts. They don't have Jesus or Muhammad or Jamal Alerts. Thank you. Yeah. I don't make the rules, everybody. Just here to report the bullshit. It's crazy, man. My wife does acupuncture. That's a true story. She says acupuncture. Most common problem she treated in China was back pain. People trying to lift the Chinese phone book. It's like this big. That's just volume C, Chang to Chung. Her last name's Dong. I swear to God, Dong. You should see the Dong section. It's huge, ironically enough. So is Wang and Wong. Chinese phone book is like a thesaurus for the word penis. Oh, crap. She's always bragging about how smart Chinese people are. Like, Chinese invent paper, Chinese invent pasta, Chinese invent firework. Really? Chinese invent all that crap? Well, that's probably true. But there's 1.3 billion of you. Not one of you genius could invent a condom or a fork. It's crazy, man. Oh my God. Holy crap. Chinese pussy is sweet and sour. That worked the first time. Oh, Jesus. She's always, sometimes she mispronounces words every time I correct her. She's like, I don't learn American English. I learn British English. I have a British accent. Well, that explains why you drive on the wrong side of the road. Here's an idea just once. Please, God, just once in your life, could you think more like a Brazilian? I went to Brazil. They have an amazing wax museum. But the wax museum in Brazil is different from the one in Vegas. One in Vegas has presidents like George W. One in Brazil has Bush. I'll try a World War II joke. How about this? My uncle joined the Navy after Pearl Harbor, so I celebrate Pearl Harbor Day. It's a tradition. Every Pearl Harbor Day, I invite Japanese guys over to my house. We play Battleship. It's a surprise party. I'm watching that crazy show about hoarders, you know, the people that hoard things. I'm like addicted to that. I can't wait to buy the Hoarders Complete Series collector set and store it in my attic. My wife's a hoarder. She's always buying crap for our house. She got a new nightlight for our bathroom. It turns on when you open the door. Last night I peed in the fridge. College is hard. Anybody go to college? Yeah, it's expensive, man. I used to buy those used textbooks. They're cheap and you only have to read the parts that are highlighted. I failed my exams like some dumbass highlighted all the wrong parts. When you get a used textbook, you should be able to know the grade of the person who had it before you. Like a Carfax for textbooks. My first year of college, I lived in this house with a bunch of roommates. They're like, dude, we label our food with our names. And it's uncool to eat anybody's food, dude. It takes me a week to figure out Sam Adams doesn't live here. Sam Adams didn't live in there. So I peed in their fridge. I had a great aunt that lived to be 99. Holy crap, that's old. Some people age like fine wine. Some people age like bananas. She aged like a fruitcake. We couldn't afford to put her home. We just regifted her from house to house. My favorite movie is that Bill Murray, Groundhog Day. He relives the same day over and over again. I showed that movie to my great aunt. She thought it was a documentary about dementia. I got a lot of problems, man. First of all, like my wife has hormonal problems. She's getting testosterone shots. It's making her grow hair in unusual places, like on her balls. I can't sleep, man. I get like insomnia. I tried everything like tryptophan and melatonin. I got a sleep number bad. Turns out my sleep number is 10 milligrams of Ambien. I get like anxiety all the time, man. My wife bought me a Zen kit, like a super expensive tabletop Zen kit. You're supposed to rake the sand and be in the moment. My cat pooped in it. Now she's trying to toilet train the cat like she bought a kit. She's teaching the cat how to use the toilet. It's freaking the dog out. He thinks the cat keeps pissing in his water bowl. I was feeling pretty good about myself today till I went to the grocery store. I'm standing in line looking at all these magazines. All of a sudden, I'm like all confused, like I don't know if I'm doing enough Kegels. I don't know if my body's ready for a swimsuit. Then I realized I'm reading a woman's magazine. I picked up a men's magazine. I immediately felt better about everything. Holy crap, I don't know how you ladies do it. That's a lot of pressure. Those magazines are bitchy. They're bitchy. It's like getting advice from a bitchy head cheerleader on PMS. That's why they come out once a month. They're basically saying, like, you suck. They're saying you're not good enough. You need to change. They have all these articles about what's wrong with you, and then a quiz on your self-esteem. Actually, most of the articles about how men suck. Men are filthy, disgusting, perverted pigs. The rest of the article is about how to find a man. It's crazy, man. I read in one of these magazines that dogs can smell cancer. How crazy is that? That's how good dogs smell. We give jobs to dogs. They can smell like bombs and drugs. But what if you have butt cancer or testicular cancer? They're always smelling there anyway. My buddy came over last week, my dog was all up in his junk. I'm like, oh my God, I think you have cancer. He's like, no, it's cocaine. Oh, he's multitasking. Good boy, good multitasker. Here's the crazy part. I actually survived cancer. True story. I had cancer 2 years ago and I survived. Yeah. I had colon cancer. My dog didn't say shit. Didn't tell me anything about it. You think he would have said something? You're supposed to smell cancer. He didn't say anything. Here's how I found out I had cancer. Kaiser, my insurance company, sent out a kit in the mail. You're supposed to send in a sample of your poop. Like the weirdest Publishers Clearinghouse ever. They give you these instructions, man. They want you to go in your toilet and get this crap and put it in a plastic tube, put it in a biohazard bag, and send it back in the mail. What the hell? For some reason, I did that. I don't know why. I told my wife I'm going to send cat poop in and see what happens. Maybe I'll get a phone call. This is Mr. Cedar. You found what? Found abnormalities in my DNA. Well, I'm kind of a pussy. Found what? You found traces of kitty litter? No, I don't use a litter box. Only when the cat's on the toilet, but Turns out I was worried about the colonoscopy, though. Holy crap, I was worried about that. You know, I was paranoid about it, man, because they put that camera up your ass. I don't know what to do, you know. I don't know, maybe I'm homophobic or something. So I called up my gay friend. I'm like, hey, how do you prepare for that tiny camera going up your ass? He's like, tiny camera? I want a big-ass camera. Do they have a camera that's shaped like a big black fist? Okay, thanks for your advice. I didn't even know Big Black's fist was a stereotype. Holy crap. Turns out it's not a big deal, man. You go in there, they give you a roofie, you pass out, you wake up, you can't find your car. A couple weeks later, you get a speeding ticket mail with pictures of every colon. I'm like in denial. I'm arguing with the doctor, like, that doesn't look like cancer. That looks like a gummy bear ate in the second grade. I think what I'm missing here is a rim shot. Holy crap. When they tell you have cancer, though, you freak out. Your mind goes blank, starts racing all this stuff like, how long do I have to live? How advanced is it? Should I cancel my Comcast bundle? Was that something I ate? Fucking Popeyes? Should I make I thought I was going to die. I made a bucket list. My wife found my bucket list. She added her honeydew list on my bucket list. So I went skydiving while cleaning the litter box. Now it's a fuck it list. I'll show you guys what skydiving's like, man. Here's what skydiving's like. You're, and then they push you out of the plane. Well, I'm Leif Cedar. Thank you guys.
Leif Cedar, that's so not my drum set, that's not my drum set. That's Leif Cedar, everybody. Give him up on the ones and twos. Give the drummer some. Leif Cedar, good job, buddy. Good job. A lot of your jokes were on point. I didn't have a drumming joke. I tried. We had 3 more comedians for you. I hope that was your plan too. All right. Good job, Leif. This next comedian, I've seen him for years now. I've enjoyed working with him. I hope you enjoy his comedy. Would you please welcome Peter Cohen, everybody? Here comes Peter Cohen.
Thank you, and how about Leif Cedar for being the Pete Best of Whiskey Tango? Yes. So, I guess apparently the hallmark of being a hipster is to be very ironic. Yeah, yet I've never seen a hipster driving a smart car with truck nuts. I kind of want to be a truck nuts guy. I would love to put testicles on my vehicle and my means of conveyance with some anatomy involved. I would love to do that. I can't do truck nuts because I know who Bob Weir is. And I have a 94 Civic. It just doesn't work. But actually, if I had truck nuts, I would put them on an all-electric vehicle, like a Tesla. Truck nuts on a Tesla. Except I'd have a huge vasectomy scar on them. To prove to the rest of the world that I'm done polluting it any further. Two comics who are decidedly anti-natalist. I love it. It's good. Damn, why didn't you invent a condom? Gee, why don't we have more vasectomy jokes? That's it right here. That's where we've come to. 7 billion, and we didn't get there with geniuses procreating. That was more for me. I can never go to a nude beach. It's not that I'm uncomfortable. I love to be naked. I can't get my dick sunburnt. I mean, well, I can. Like, it protrudes out there far enough to actually receive sunlight. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't want to get it sunburnt. And I can't put sunscreen on it because once I start putting sunscreen on it, then I can't stop putting sunscreen on it. And that is not a fun lecture to get from a beach cop. What am I going to tell him? YOLO? Someone actually yelled YOLO at me, and it was right outside of here. I was like right here on Larimer Street, and someone yelled, and I don't understand why someone would yell YOLO at a nerdy 32-year-old white guy. Yeah, and he was imposing his YOLO onto me, like he did the hand shit. He was like, YOLO! Like that, like exactly like that. And like, I get it, when someone like that says YOLO, they basically mean, hey, I'm trying to make my bad decision making look cool. I'm an atheist. When I hear YOLO, I just hear a brutal, disturbing fact. YOLO! Indeed. I read an article recently. It was a good article. It was the top 6 jobs everyone needs to have at least once in their life. Like occupations, just so like you're not an asshole, so you have some perspective. Like, before we allow you into civil society, you must do this task. Guess what the first job on that list was? Server. Absolutely, I totally fucking agree. I waited tables. Who else waited tables? Hell yeah, the people who are really laughing at my jokes. Figures, absolutely. I think it should replace the fucking draft. I want to see that, like, you're getting drafted, son. I don't want to be in the Army. Fuck you, you're not good enough for the Army. Report to Applebee's. Oh, jobs that suck, man. I just quit a job that I hated. I had this job for 5 years and I quit. And I mean, this job was so bad it forced me to eat ice cream. Like copious amounts, like insane, like entire cartons that contained 1.75 quarts of ice cream. And it's not just because that job like forced me to cope with my emotions by just plunging sugar and fat down my face. It wasn't just that. It wasn't just like an emotional coping mechanism. It was because I, like everyone else of Jewish ancestry, am lactose intolerant. And if I ate a fuck ton of ice cream, the next day I'd have diarrhea and get extra shit breaks. That's how much I hated that job. It was for my dad's company. So yeah, I quit that job. And it's always funny, employment. And it's funny how some people like to advertise that they need laborers. You know, like you drive by and you see some sign and it says, you know, help wanted. Or it'll say, oh, we're paying $9.75 an hour. And after 6 months, you get a 40-cent raise, you know, whatever, plus benefits. You know, it's always like some sign like that. But apparently, KFC wants talented individuals. Like, how are they going to decide this? Are they going to have a contest with like a 3-judge panel, and that's how you get on board? Like, just, yeah, pull out that xylophone, motherfucker. You know, you're over at the fryer/water cooler, and you're like talking like, how'd you get here? Slam poetry. Ever hear a man yell the word cunt? And you know just by how he yelled it that a judge has ordered him to attend an AA meeting before? Yeah, I get a hand raise because you're way the fuck over there because it's an early show in summer. That's right. Nah, the sun's still up. I love this kind of comedy. It's cool. It's kind of like the movie The Salton Sea with like Val Kilmer, and there's like the karaoke scene. The old guy is singing Lou Reed at like 3 in the afternoon. That's what it feels like, except, well, it doesn't have Val Kilmer, so therefore better. Yeah. I had to go to the AAs. It sucked. Yeah, they force the God thing on you. I don't like that. They're always like, yeah, pick a God. But they try to lighten it up. They're like, you can pick any God. You can pick a doorknob as your God. Have a doorknob God. Go for it. And I'm like, fine, I want Dionysus. Here's a lesson I learned the hard way. And I really wish I didn't learn this one the hard way. I don't always have to correct a woman when she misuses porn lingo. Yeah, like I don't have to be like, well, technically a bukkake is when... I don't have to do that. And thank you, and I almost did, but I'm in my 30s now, so I knew better. And a woman and it was bukkake again, and she was like, yeah, blah, 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 bukkake, and then she pointed to her shoulder. You know, like as if 5 guys coming on a shoulder will fix a torn rotator cuff. I almost corrected her, but I'm like, ah! For years, I've been saying the non-word combative. And then someone tried to correct me on it, and I got very combative. Thank you. Yes. I want a bigger dick. Not for why you think, not to diminish any insecurities that I may have or to better pleasure women. I just want a dick that's big enough so that when I get an erection, I actually suffer enough blood loss that I actually pass out and can get some fucking sleep. Because masturbation doesn't work anymore. It used to work, yeah, I jerk off, bam, coma, out. Out like a bear in a tree with 3 trink darts in me and Boulder. Like, out. I mean, I missed so many first period courses in high school from morning jerks. It wasn't even fair, man. It was like, I barely graduated from masturbating. That was it. And it doesn't even work anymore. It used to put me out, and now I have anxiety. So I jerk off, and I'm like, I finally some sleep. And then I think of all the weird shit that happened to me that day, you know, and all the weird things people said to me, like, what the fuck does she mean when she's told me I had macaroni teeth? Fuck it, now I gotta jerk off again, but now I gotta wait 2 hours because I'm in my 30s. Yeah. We're entering the sports drought. I'm a big sports fan, and I love watching Sports Center. That's my thing. And my favorite part of Sports Center is always the top 10. You know, the top 10 plays that happen that day. And now that hockey and basketball are over and we're months away from football, it just sucks. Like, oh, the top 10, here we go. Oh, he caught it. Oh, he caught it. Oh, that was the most amazing feat of athleticism I've ever seen, but I don't care because it's soccer. Oh, he caught it. All right, camera 1, back to fat white guy. And that's Sports Center now, and it sucks, man. It totally sucks. And it sucks as always baseball, because I've realized a long time ago that movies about baseball are more interesting than baseball. I have spent more time watching Moneyball than I ever have watching the Oakland A's. I've actually turned off the Kansas City Royals at the Texas Rangers to watch Bull Durham. And then get a hard on because Susan Sarandon's in it, and that's the rule. Even if you're not attracted to her, she's supposed to somehow fuck you up in the head. No? No one's with me on that one? No? No one wants... Everyone's just pretty ambivalent on Susan Sarandon. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I've noticed this about NASCAR. It pays to be a winner in NASCAR, not just because it's a professional sport, but because the more the cameras are on you, the more money you get paid for the advertisements that are painted on the side of your car. So according to this logic, it would also be feasible to get the same big money advertisement deals by just being an asshole that crashes into everybody. I would love to see that, the asshole NASCAR driver that just smashes into everybody. And I was thinking, who would sponsor that guy? I know, every well liquor manufacturer ever. Like, oh my God, Dale Jr. just got put into the wall by the 33 McCormick's Vodka Chevy Camaro. And then you could have like the Mothers Against Drunk Driving get super angry that they have the McCormick's car just smashing into everybody. And so they sponsor a car. And now it's just like the old time of NASCAR, where it's just like the bootleggers, except the mad drivers like the Fuzz, and then the McCormick's drivers like the actual redneck bootlegger, and they're going around the track, and the Mothers Against Drunk Driving cars like trying to smash into them, and it's awesome. Okay, I tried to make NASCAR better. I guess I can't. No one's with me on this. Actually, you know, a better sponsor would be Abercrombie & Fitch. Except for that driver only smashes into other cars whose drivers' wives are above a size 10. Okay, I have to explain this one. All right, the CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch went on the record saying, we only make clothes up to size 10 because we only want beautiful women wearing our clothing. Like, what a fucking asshole, discriminating against women who actually fucking eat. Fuck this guy. He's part of the problem. People are puking in bathrooms all the time without alcohol. They're doing it wrong. Anyway, and then they showed a picture of the guy. I like read this article. They showed a picture of the guy who said this shit, and he's in no position to be judging anybody's beauty. This guy looks like he lost a beauty contest to Vigo the Carpathian. And it took a long time for me to come up with a Ghostbusters 2 reference that'll fail at the Armory. I was watching cat videos on YouTube, but I had to change it up. Regular cat videos got boring for me. It's like porn. It's like, DP, whatever. It was like that. That's how cat videos... So now I watch cat videos where they're high on catnip. And it's awesome seeing dumb little creatures high. And then I was like, who would actually do that to a cat and then film it? And then they would show the room, and then I just saw all these crosses everywhere. I'm like, conservative Christians. The people who are most likely to be for the drug war love to get small little creatures high. They think it's cute. You want to know what I think is cute? Getting Christians high. Thank you, yeah. And not like on heroin. I'm not like an asshole, like, your life's ruined, atheism wins. I'm not like that. I'm not, I don't want to get them high on speed either. Then they'd really be speaking in tongues. It'd be terrible. But I want to get them high on like a dab. Like a big fat sativa dab. Just get them dabbed out and to the point where they're having like a panic attack. Like they're too high on weed and they're like, and then make them read Revelations. I forgot my stupid closer. No, I didn't. All right. That was a terrible way to bring that one up. I have one issue with classic rock stations. They karmically always fuck me. Because there was a time in my life before I picked Dionysus as my higher power going to AA when I had a real problem with substances. And I would leave someone's house and not know how I got there, and be like, oh, wow, my car's out front. Oh, shit. Whose couch am I on? And be like, oh, fuck, it's Tuesday. I got to go to work. But I got to go home first and shower. So I'd be in a big panic attack, just a big anxiety ball driving. And I'm like, oh, shit, maybe I need to calm down. Maybe some musical help. So I turn on my car stereo, and I'm like, I need some classic rock. Everyone loves classic rock. We all grew up on it. That'll soothe me. So I'll turn on 103.5 The Fox, and they'll play That Smell by Leonard Skinner. And it'll be right at that part, ooh, that smell. Can you smell that smell? And I'm like, fuck you. I am that smell. All right, that one didn't hit. Fuck it. All right, I'm gonna end it there. Let's bring up the bear up here. Fuck yeah. Let's put some truck nuts on this show.
Peter Cohen, everybody. Right there. Peter Cohen. That's the best I've ever seen you do. Good job, fella. Good job. Little crowd, you're terrific. I mean, you laughed at Peter Cohen. You could put that on your little crowd resume. I'm going to try to dig a bigger hole. I've never seen this next young man tell jokes, and you're a terrific audience, so I think maybe some of you might have seen him tell jokes. If you've never seen him tell jokes, then now is our collective moment together. Would you please welcome Preston Vaughn, everybody? Here comes Preston Vaughn. I'm excited to see this young man. When you get right to the mic, they'll clap again.
What's up, Armory? Anyway, can y'all hear me now? All right. I was standing out front earlier, and this dude walked up to me. He was like, "Hey, brother, think I can use your cell phone?" I was like, "Nah, man, I ain't even got a cell phone." He like, "What kind of man walk around these streets without a cell phone?" Apparently, two of us, brother. I don't know what to tell you. I grew up in St. Louis. St. Louis is such a crazy town. It's such a crazy city. I got home from work one time and somebody broke into my apartment. Stole everything. Stole my TV, my PlayStation 2. This was a couple years ago. My iPod. The weird thing is they stole a bottle of Pepto-Bismol I had on the counter. This is weird, right? The funny thing is they stole a pair of shoes I had by the front door. I got athlete's foot. You know what I mean? And what I call an athlete's foot, it's not like one foot itches, both feet itch. You know what I'm saying? It should be called athlete's feet. You ain't feeling me? You ever take your shoes off and your feet smell so bad you instantly think something bad about to happen? I mean, you got to throw your socks away? Nobody? Well, anyway, back to the joke. I had to call the police, tell them be on the lookout for an itchy foot bandit with an upset stomach. I believe in God, but I also believe Mark McGuire never took steroids, so what the fuck do I know? My grandma, thank you. My grandmother, she gave me a picture of Black Jesus recently. That's right, Black Jesus, everybody. So just to be funny, I bought a picture of white Jesus and hung it up on the other wall so that they got to face each other all day, like, you know what I'm saying? But just for the purpose of this joke, I bought a sculpture of Puerto Rican Satan and put it in the middle. Because see, I don't know if Jesus is black or white, but I definitely know that Satan is Puerto Rican. Joke is dumb as hell. I'm single. It's just cool being single. But I don't meet a lot of women, and when I do, I don't know what to say to women. Some guys is great at talking to women. Some guys just walk up to a female like, "What's up, girl? If you ever need a ride, call my face." And then she's riding his face for the next 2.5 years. Meanwhile, I'm in the corner writing this joke. Like, I suck at talking to women. I was at a bar one night drinking, and this chick walked up to me. She was like, "Hi, my name's ShaNae. Who are you?" I was like, "My name's Preston, and I just got a bed." Like, I just got a bed. You can't say that to people in real life. Like, I admit I was drunk. Plus, I've been sleeping on the couch for like 6.5 weeks, so hell yeah, I was happy I got a bed. But to actually say that, I sound like a charismatic rapist. I could have said anything that would have sounded better than that. I could have been like, "What's up, girl? My name's Preston, and I like to set puppies on fire." "What's up, girl? My name's Preston, and right now I got on my mama's panties." "Hey, girl, what's your primary source of income?" "Because Uncle Preston about to tax that ass." All would have been more appropriate than my name's Preston, and I just got a bed. I've been dating a lot recently, and one thing I like to do, whenever I take a woman out on our first date, I always carve our initials in a heart on the side of a tree. Just because it's the most romantic way to show a woman that you have a knife. Let that sink in. I recently, I'll do this joke. Fellas, you ever had a blowjob so good, you instantly thought something bad was gonna happen? Like seriously, you'd be like, oh shit, oh shit. Then you think you good, so you move the hair from out the girl's eyes, but a wig fall off and be your best friend Curtis. Like, no! Why does this keep happening to me? We might as well finish what you started, player. That's a dumbass joke, whatever. I recently had my first homosexual experience. It wasn't nothing crazy, like I wasn't debating having sex with a man or anything. Like I ain't have a dick in my face all afternoon. What had happened was, I was at home by myself, and so I decided to do what most lonely people do on a stormy Monday afternoon, and I got on Tinder. I started swiping left, right, right. You guys get the gist of it. And somewhere, I guess my finger got caught up in the motion, and I accidentally swiped right on a dude. Like I swiped right on a dude, man. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not my target audience on Tinder right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I gag on a toothbrush. That's not the way I'm trying to go with my life at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like I swiped right on a dude. Why did Tinder put a dude in my account? I guess Tinder's trying to keep me on my toes or something. You know what I mean? Like, it might have had something to do with the fact that I just like ESPN Body the Magazine and Cheeseman Pork on Facebook earlier that day. Like, that might have had something to do with it. But why is it a dude on my Tinder account? You know what I'm saying? And that's not even the bad part. I was walking around my apartment all night, so confused, walking back and forth, pacing. I'm like, did this dude swipe left on me? And like, if he swiped left, was it a quick left? Like, oh, that's a dude, gross. Or did he like look at my picture and then judge? Like, dude, I could totally do better than this dude. See ya. And swipe left on me. Like, I was so confused throughout the night. Like, what happens if this dude see my profile pic and was like, yeah, I hit that, and then swipe right, and then we connect, we match up on Tinder? Like, that's something I'm not ready for. Like, should I message him? I don't know, that's a new joke I was trying to work on. It sucks. I had to trim my set a little bit. What else I was gonna do? Oh yeah. I just turned 30 years old, so I think I should be more mature, but I'm still pretty immature. Like, there's a lot of lost dog posters in my neighborhood, so sometimes I like to respond to the ads like a woman. I like to just fuck with them. Like, I call them up, I'm like, hey, can I speak to Kelly? She's like, this is Kelly, who is this? I'm like,
don't worry about who this is. But if you ever want to see your dog, Mr. Puddles, again, bring $200 in unmarked bills to the park in a McDonald's bag.
she's like, oh my God, is this some kind of joke?
No, this isn't a joke. But while you're at McDonald's, give me 2 apple pies and a Big Mac. And come along.
Then I go to the park and watch how an entire family frantically searches for their dog, Mr. Puddles, only to find a plastic bag with a bloody dog leash and a note that said, you should have came alone. All to the sad stylings of a Sarah McLachlan album. All right, it's okay. That shit got like 7 likes on Facebook, it's all right. Last night I got so high, I tried to study for a drug test. Like, seriously, I got on Google. I was like, Google, how could I pass a piss test? Google was like, just drink some cranberry juice, a little vinegar, should be out of your system in a week. Thanks, Google. How could I pass a mouth swab? Google's like, just gargle some salt water before the test. You should be fine. Thanks, Google. How could I pass a hair sample test? Google was like, don't do drugs. Fuck you, Google, don't tell me how to live my life. Then I thought about it. Fuck it. I don't really want to drive a school bus anyway. I ain't bombing, ain't I? I want to open up my own convenience store, but only operate between the hours of 4:01 a.m. and 4:06 a.m. and call it the Really Inconvenient Store. Gas 50 cents a gallon with any 25-pound purchase of fertilizer. Free slushies on Tuesdays with any eye exam. I don't know, boy, I'm reaching, ain't I? Reaching a little bit. I was in the bathroom earlier, not here, because this is a pretty classy establishment. But I seen a dude looking in the urinal. Like he wasn't peeing or nothing, it's not that type of joke. But he was looking in the urinal, and I walked up, and it was a $20 bill caked up in the urinal. Like it had been there for a while, it was gross. Andrew Jackson was frowning, was losing his color, it was gross. But the dude looked at the $20 bill, then he looked up at me, then he looked back at the $20 bill, and he took a deep breath, which only means you're about to do something stupid, right? Then he reached in the urinal and grabbed a $20 bill and kind of flicked it off to dry it. And then he held it up in the light to see if it was counterfeit. Like, dude, it's too late for that. You already got super hepatitis right now. I kind of wish it was counterfeit just so we could throw it back in the toilet, somebody else pick it up later. We keep this circle of stupidity going on in the men's restroom. People always ask my ethnicity. I always tell them I'm African American, goddammit. I'm black and I'm white. I'm black, but I'm white. So if you like to play with racial stereotypes, it kind of works out like this. I love basketball, but I suck at it. I pay my bills on time, but I got bad credit. I love dating white women, but they usually leave me for a black dude. It's a messed up situation. My dad's black, my mom's white. They met in the 80s, so they had a whole jungle fever thing going on, which is a weird situation. This is a weird term to call it. Just because you date black people, you got to call it jungle fever. I mean, what if you dated Asians? Would you call it bird flu? What if you only dated Mexicans? Would you call it food poisoning? What if you only dated white people? I know it's a lot of y'all in here, but genetically I'm fast, I just run about. But what if you only dated white people? Would you call it smallpox? It's a weird joke. I'm on Facebook. If you want a friend, request me later. I'm on Facebook. I don't really know what Facebook is designed to do. Like, I don't know what Facebook is used for, so a lot of times I just update my statuses with just random inspirational shit, like, you have to walk through the rain if you want to see a rainbow. I feel that? But then my very next status would be like, you ever take a shit so big you get hungry right after? This is way inappropriate for Facebook. I got 1,200 friends on Facebook. 1,200. That's way too many people to know what the hell's going on in my mind at the same time. So a lot of times I just pick on people. A woman might update her status, like brand new job, brand new apartment. I'm finally where I need to be. So I comment, well, while you're in there, make me a sandwich. Because I get misogynistic sometimes. But then I take it too far. The other day, my buddy, he updated his status. He said, just watched a brand new episode of King of Queens. Made me cry a little bit. Glad the girlfriend wasn't here, LOL. So I commented, would you like to know how I know you're gay? Then I waited a few minutes for a mandatory response. Then I typed, because you're waiting for an answer. It's cool. That shit got 7 likes on Facebook. And then he typed, no, because the episode was about miscarriages, and my girlfriend had a miscarriage last week. Whoa. You ain't supposed to put that type of shit on Facebook, bro. And if that's true, keep it to yourself. You ain't got to put it on wax. So I knew I had a few options. One, I could just ignore it, pretend it didn't happen. Nah. I could apologize. No, I'm a really petty person. So I commented, well, I got some good news for you. I just saved a bunch of money on abortions by switching to condoms. So now I got 1,199 friends on Facebook, and a bitch ain't one. Hey, my name's Preston Vaughn. Thanks for having me, guys.
There you go, Preston Vaughn, everybody. Preston Vaughn, he's on Facebook, he's on Tinder. If you'd like to fuck him, it's questionable. It's probably open to anybody in the room. Right? That set was revealing. Right. I can't wait to see that on YouTube. Like, how's it come out? Probably like the act. All right. This finale of our show tonight, she did our grand opening show. We're so glad to have her back. I hope you enjoy her. Would you please welcome ShaNae Ross, everybody? Here comes. Very funny, very talented. We're glad to have her back. ShaNae Ross. That's your house. Have fun.
Well, it is a lot of people in here, Armory. For people at home, there's like 60,000 people in here. It's a lot of people. This is like an eerie silence in a black household when you waiting on dad to come home. I feel like I'm I'm the help of the show. Like all these dudes and it's just me. Like I should have went in the middle, like sandwich. This shit. I'm about to be a groupie tonight. I'm about to be a groupie to whiskey, mango, tango, mango, tango. What is it? Tango, mango. Yeah, I'm about to be a groupie. Cause white boys is in. Y'all in season. Y'all been in season, but black women, we just really didn't know how to approach the situation. But since I watched 50 Shades of Grey, golly, y'all on my team for real. I need a white man to come get me from Atlanta, Georgia, when I'm at home having lunch with mama. He come get me out the kitchen like, hey, I want to take you on a flight. I'm like, God, yes. Are y'all always that romantic? Like is white men always that romantic? Like, I see y'all in public and y'all move Cindy's hair back. And if there's a puddle, you'll put your coat down and let her jump over it. But brothers, not so much. Y'all leave us in the car and the car still be moving and we trying to get our purse to catch up with you and then you ashamed of us in public when we try to go grab your hand, you do like an Emily Rose, like, get off of me. But y'all don't treat the white girls like that though. Y'all keep Tabitha in eye view at the Royal Mall. Brothers be proud of they white girls. Like, check my white girl out. Like she's a purse. I like that. I became a fan of like Twilight. I don't know how. You know, black people, we don't really do vampire movies too much. And the only movies that we do that are vampire related is either Vampire in Brooklyn or The Lost Boys. I can relate to that, but Twilight though, like y'all, man, whoa. Edward had some lines in that movie that would make me throw my panties at the TV. Again, white boys take note, for real. Brothers take note. He had a line in the movie, he said, I don't have the strength to stay away from you. And then she was like, then don't. I was at home like, oh my God, do they always talk like this? Like I was ready to get pregnant. Like, are you serious right now? God. So a little bit about me, I'm 32, with no babies. That's rare in a black household. I've overcome a lot saying that, because people are like, what is wrong with you? Nothing. I don't want to look like an asshole on Maury Povich trying to figure out who my baby daddy is. I shouldn't have to struggle with that. I don't know if it's Tyrone, if it's Kenneth. I don't know if it's Trevor, because I like white dudes. I shouldn't have to figure this out. And if I did have a baby with Trevor, the baby would probably look like Preston, and that's a good look. That's a good look. Good look. It wasn't a stab, Preston. I think that you're handsome. I would swipe to the right for you if that's what you was into. But you can't have better hair than mine, so you might have to cut that off. Like a nigga with pretty hair. I don't fuck shit. Let's have a moment of silence for Jared, the Subway guy. I don't know what happened in his life, so let me just take a moment. Okay, I'm done. I thought about exactly what he would go through if he went in to the big house. Like are the dudes gonna be in cell block C trying to have highest bidder for him? Like, are they gonna have like the Subway outfit on? Like, yeah, I'm about to get Jared this 6-inch combo. Like, I don't know what that looks like. Like, I'm like, is he gonna be in there like, no, I don't want the 6-inch, give me the 12-inch and hold the meat? Like, I'm trying to figure out exactly, like, is he gonna be somebody's girlfriend in there? Like, he gonna go from Jared to Jarissa? Like, somebody should, we need to figure this out. Like, how much meat is he gonna take in there? Like, commissary, like, does he get some of the Subway cookies that he could pass out like commissary? Like, how does that work? Like, is there like a video chat that we could try to save him? Like, hey, sorry that you getting raped in there, and then one of the dudes is behind him with a bow on, like, you know, you want all of this. And I don't know. I watched too much Lockdown Raw. Because in my mind, I'm like, Jared is gone. Jared, because you know, the inmates don't like dudes doing inappropriate stuff to kids. Like, and they got TVs in they cell, so they probably doing highest bidder. Like, okay, how much for Jared? And people doing like, I got 20 cookies for Jared, and then you got somebody like, nah, I got 40 stamps. Like, how do you figure out who gonna have Jared? Like, the people was mad when Michael was free. Like, them inmates was mad about it because they literally was in the yard practicing Thriller, and when they got the news that he wasn't going in, they just canceled the audition. But Jared, like, how do you? I'm sad for Jared, that's all I'm saying. I don't know what's gonna happen to Jared. Peace be with Jared. Hopefully he's able to sit down. If he didn't like men when he was going in, he gonna like them when he stay in there. I know that. The investment of Subway will dwindle, but his ass will be open. That is scary. I just clenched my butt cheeks when I did that. I don't like that. I don't like that feeling at all. I don't like that. I like Sprouts. I don't know where I was going with that, but I'm a big fan of Sprouts. I feel like your voice should change when you say Sprouts. Like a confused white man, like, I gotta go Sprouts. I don't know why Sprouts sounds like your voice should change. The people at home, again, there is 50,000 people in here. You can bootleg this. You can stream this on video on demand. If you got X1, yeah, this is some serious crowd work in here. Some of the people, we had like intermission and they went out to smoke a cigarette, but this is a full house in here. I am sweating. Like, black women don't, it's a lot of heat. We don't like a lot of heat. My hair is doing something weird up here. For the white woman in the back, it's women like you I adore, but also get frustrated with because you just insist on taking a black woman like myself on a workout journey that I'm not prepared to complete. I shouldn't have to figure out if I want Popeyes on Tuesday or Subway on Wednesday. I shouldn't have to figure that out. You shouldn't have to try to take me up to Manitou Springs and do an incline. The only person I should be running from is the IRS, my baby's daddy. I shouldn't have to try to climb up the mountain like I got a goal to reach. The first black African-American white woman to get up to Manitou Springs. That shouldn't be me. And then you try to insult me by trying to say we going swimming. Knowing black women don't like the water. This ain't Titanic. But y'all do look sexy though. Y'all do look sexy. Y'all look sexy in your skinny jeans. Y'all do. Black women, we kind of struggle in that. We don't really work out too much. We do if our baby's dad is getting out and we don't want him to see the time wasted went to vein while he was gone. Like when he come out, we be like, baby, what you think? And he'd be like, damn, boo, you was doing it. And I was like, yeah, I was with Amanda in Manitou Springs. I ran up 20,000 flights of stairs, and when I got on the top, the cloud hit my face and my wig fell off, but I did all of this for you. And he'd be like, man, yeah, we like that type of stuff. We do. I don't know what's going on with the white women. Y'all been tough here lately. I don't know if it's the Nicki Minaj videos or the Beyonce surfboard videos, but y'all are tough as shit. White women, y'all are tough. Yo, back in the day, you could push a white woman out the way and she wouldn't do nothing. But now, y'all beating girls down. I went to the bar over here not too far up the block, out with my white girls, my white bunnies, and somebody stepped on my toe. She moved me out the way. She did that ShaNae ab workout and it was done. She was like, you got some nerve, sister, coming up in here stepping on my homegirl's toe. I'll beat your ass. Peace up, A-Town down. And she went to crunk dance and I was like, what the fuck? Serious stuff. Serious stuff. Okay. Oh, shoot. Who is this? Is that Preston? Preston, you done took your hair down for the white girls? Shit, yeah. Hey, white bunnies. Hey, boo. Armory. Look, we got 10,000 more people outside waiting to get in here. There's some packed shit in here, okay? Is this a slumber party? Hey, white girls. Hey, I noticed too when white girls be like, ow, that means you sexy as shit. I get a lot of, ow, I get that. Sexy. Preston and took his hair down for y'all. Like to find Preston on Tinder. He gonna get one of y'all. I don't know who he gonna get, but he gonna get one of y'all with fucking headbands on, fucking looking like Joan LeVart back there, bitch. All right, Armory, it's been my pleasure making y'all laugh this evening. The people at home continue to watch. Give it up for the comedians that you saw. Bear, Juice, Eugene, thank you for the wonderful opportunity. To my white lady in the back with the glasses, let's exchange information. To the 16 white bunnies that just came in here, run a train on Preston, and y'all have a good night.
That's ShaNae Ross. Hey, that's our show. Thanks for coming out, everybody. We appreciate you coming down to the Armory. We hope to see you next month. Thanks. Good night, everyone. Hey.